back. I'm sure you're excited about this conversation. I am excited as well. We are so connected nowadays. We have social media, we have texts, we have emails, we are able to connect, but what is our struggle with connection? What is the biggest problem we're facing with connections? And that's what we want to unmask today, the different faces of loneliness. And we are joined in studio by the amazing Pastor Sue.
Thank you so much.
Together with our pastor brother, Sam. Thank you so much for joining. How are you guys doing?
Well.
Oh, I'm strong and very safe in the Lord.
Wow.
I'm enjoying life.
That's beautiful.
To the fullest.
There's no loneliness there.
No, I
am not lonely.
But could you be lonely and you are actually not alone?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's start there. Let's start there.
It's interesting that it's the place we are starting in. We were discussing with my friends even today before we had information that this thing will be this heavy.
Yes.
That it's weird that it's interesting that you can be in the midst of many people, but you are actually alone.
Very true.
We will talk about, not alone, you're actually lonely. There's a difference between being alone and being lonely. Because many people think they are alone, but in literal sense they're lonely. For example, we will see it as time progresses. There are many people who want to get married, not because they are alone, but because they are lonely. Loneliness is not the recipe for marriage. If you get married because of loneliness, you will actually be lonely the rest of your marriage life. Being alone means your mind, your heart, your spirit, your body is set apart, it's separated, it's whole. So that by the time you're going to meet the other party, you're also meeting a whole person.
Very true.
So alone means that there's a purpose and an agenda I have that God has given me that I'm supposed to fulfill and do. And now I'm getting this other party as a helper in what is my purpose. Loneliness is actually a very deep emotion and a very strong feeling of sadness that sends your mind to a feeling of, I don't have anyone around me. So you might even be having 50 people, but you're still feeling like there is no one around you.
Have you felt that, Pastor Sue?
Yes,
Have you ever felt like you are with people, but you are very, very lonely?
Yeah.
Take us through those moments.
Wow. I want to say, I think in marriage, I've been a victim with the early years of marriage because my spiritual life was not okay. I married a man who was very complete, emotionally, psychologically. The man knew exactly what he wanted. But for me, it's like I came because I was lonely, I needed someone, and I was so desperate. So when he says that, I can resonate. That I would see Pastor Munene happy, and I'm wondering, and he's alone, and he looks very happy, contented. And I'm asking him, oh, why are you happy and you're not with me? And then he would ask me, what do you mean? And I could tell the things I'm talking, we are not reading from the same script. Because for me, I was looking for someone to come in and give me joy, peace, you know, because of the background that I came from. And so I thought that now that he's a pastor, he should come emotionally and he should come, you know, psychologically and make me happy. Until one day he told me, excuse me, I'm not responsible over your joy.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my dear, no, it's not possible. I cannot give you joy. I cannot give you happiness. You've got to be so to be so healed from inside, such that when you come to me, when we are talking, you don't speak from a place of brokenness. And I think that's where I came from. So I can understand what Pastor Sam is saying. You can be alone and you are also lonely, and you just feel like rejected, and all these emotions that are running in your mind is because you are empty, you are broken, you are hurting, you are coming from a place whereby you need to be affirmed, you need to be told you are good, you are beautiful, for you to feel that you are complete. But when you meet someone who is the soul, the mind, and the spirit is okay, these people, they give you life. They're full of life. They're full of life. It's just like a hurting person. The reason why people hurt each other, if you find me hurting you with words and action, it is a sure sign that Pastor Sue is hurting inwardly. So my outward expression, thank you, I'm projecting. My outward expression is an image and actually a real picture of who Pastor Sue is from the inside. And that's why now, after maturing, I've reached a level whereby nothing someone can say or do that changes who I am. because I've learned it from my husband. I don't know what is this. I think when a man learns to stay in the presence of the Lord continually, there's something about a man and God. I think there's something about a man and God, because for me, I have never seen my husband broken. I've never seen him hopeless. Even when we are down, he'll keep on saying, you know what, we are rising. You're just here temporarily. We're actually going to rise. By the way, my wife, these things will never see them. And I'm like, no, let's be realistic. I'm just feeling I don't want to talk. I just feel I don't want to go to church. I just feel I just want to be. And he tells me, no. You can't say you're just feeling. You're just feeling. You can't live life on feelings. You've got to deal with, you deal life with reality, in the sense that life is not what you see and what you feel and what you go through. Life is more than that. And life is from within. Life is not from the external world that we think of. And when I discovered that, let me tell you, it's around me, whether it's far, I just feel I'm full. I just feel I'm complete.
Oh, wow.
You're getting that?
Yeah.
So it is something that comes with personal development. You've got to develop your mind. And that's why exposure to the right knowledge is very important, especially to credible people like Pastor Sam. This man is full of wisdom. I listen to him, I wonder, goodness, is he an embodiment of God's wisdom? Because when it comes to articulating of matters, I love the way he sees life from. And so I want to say that you can be lonely, and you can also feel alone, and you can also feel confused. You can feel rejected. All these feelings are the Adamic nature that is in us.
Yeah.
But when you understand who you are, especially from a spiritual point of view, if you are a Muslim, if you are a Buddhist, if you are a Christian, from traditionists, because they also feel they are complete. From whatever is your strength spiritually, I tell you, nothing that goes around you or whatever you encounter that should make you feel lonely, because you know you are complete with or without these things.
And you've raised some really interesting points.
Yes.
Like you've talked about that projection.
Yes.
Which biblically could be said, out of the abundance of your heart.
Yes.
Comes from the
The
mouth.
mouth speaks.
Yes.
Yes.
But you've also mentioned something that I find very critical.
Yes.
And I know you've made reference to your husband.
Yes.
But let's talk about men.
Yes. Let's talk about men.
Let's talk about men. Are men hiding these emotions, and they're not able to express themselves when they are lonely? Because they could be lonely in that marriage.
Yes.
They could be lonely even at the place of work. And then later on, let's touch on the place of success.
Okay.
And where loneliness comes in.
Actually, I was to touch on the success part, but let me begin it. The birthplace of loneliness is rejection. And rejection begins in the house. The moment a boy grows and feels a constant sense of no one is caring about you, no one is thinking about you, dad is busy at work, mommy is also working. So unapata, a small child, a small boy is growing with a sense of no one cares about me, no one thinks about me, and that is why it births what we call emotional loneliness. There are around 8 types of loneliness. The first one is called emotional loneliness, where you are in a state where you feel in your heart that this is who I am, but no one sees me. So now, for boys, it begins there. I'm with my daddy, I'm with my mommy, I'm with my auntie, but they feel, there's a sense of they don't see me, they don't feel me, they don't even recognize me. And at that point is where now a lot of boys are cocooned into a life where they feel no one cares about me. So unapata, a small boy begins to live life not needing people.
Wait a second. Wait, hold on just there. How does that happen in a very patriarchal community? Because we've grown up in a society where if you have 3 daughters, you're still trying for more because you're looking for that boy. And if that boy has been born, there's a huge celebration. You hear the ululations. How many ululations do we give for the boy?
No, 5. The celebration is always there when every African wants a son. That's a standard. Mostly where I come from, if you have all daughters, at times you're regarded as a failure.
Until Obama.
Yes.
Until Obama happened.
It's still there, whether Obama happened or not.
Yes.
It is a culture that has still been there, mostly with the older men. So what happens is, as much as the boy child is celebrated on all these things, so parents come to a place where they want to work hard to give this child a better life, which is normal, which is good. But now in the process of working hard, you tend to neglect this boy emotionally. When we talk about men suppress their emotions, the emotions of a man begin when he's still a small boy.
Correct.
Because now they learn to keep everything inside. So now, because no one cares about me, they tend to live their life trying to tend for themselves, trying to find their way by themselves, trying to find things by themselves. So by the time they become young boys in their teenage, that is where you will find young boys trying to test girls. Because no one ever taught them some of these things, trying to have a certain standard of success, but no one told them actually what is success. So by the time they become rather young men or they become men, you'll find a lot of men in bars and a lot of men in football hubs. And when they go there, they don't actually go to watch Arsenal. I'm an Arsenal fan. They don't go there to watch Arsenal, but in little sense they go to seek, for lack of a better word, to seek that societal presence. Or company to try to feature loneliness that they are feeling. But it began when they were a small boy. I began by saying that the root place of loneliness is rejection. And any man that has gone through rejection when they were still young, they will live a lonely life nearly their whole life. Because unlike women need three things. Women need affirmation, affection, and attention.
Yes.
And to some extent, women also need it.
Wow.
Men also need it. Men also need money. Money can be there. It's important for money to be there, but it is not the heart of all that is there. But the reality of the matter, every woman, sit down with any woman, every psychologist will tell you that a woman needs affirmation. If they don't get that affirmation from their father, they will get it elsewhere. They need attention and affection. I was talking about men. But also men need these three things. And the moment they never get affirmation, more so from their fathers or their father figures, they tend to cocoon themselves. Kills them slowly because, do you know, study has found out, I was checking something early in the day, that one of the highest killers in Kenya is not cancer.
What is it?
It's mental health and stress. That 45% of people dying today are dying of conditions and diseases related to stress. And this stress is birthed from the place of loneliness and a feeling of, I am not needed in the society.
Wow, 45% is quite a big number. So thank you so much for watching. We are still carrying on with the Say What. The conversation is getting heated up in here. Let's take a short break and we'll be right back. We'll still be here with Pastor Sue and we'll be here with Pastor Sam. Please engage with us. You can text us, you can actually call us live and we'll be giving you feedback. The question we were asking is, what are some of the causes that lead to loneliness? He's talked about rejection. What else do you think? Let us know and we'll be reading your comments right here.
Say What? Brought to you by ICEA Lion.
I'm a mother of 4 girls. We have a group MMF. Down to my last one. She's still at the university, but she's saving 1,000 shillings every month.
How did you get here?
Wow. She's the one I was talking about.
My mom has been helping me, save my money. And, Mom, thanks. Okay, you're crying.
I feel like I've achieved as a mother because I know that they appreciate what I'm doing for them.
Yummy na flow kama maji juu ni tamu kama sali ni juicy. Are you bored? Kuna vitu zinakuudhi usijali my bro, hebu kama taka juicy juni.
Morning routines, daily hustle. But there's always time for the game. Some go by instinct. Others run the numbers. Some live for the thrill. Some play chill. No matter who you are or how you play, only emotions count. This is your moment, your move, your success formula. Bets for everyone. Reveal yourself. 1xBet.
Tatua instant wins na Daka. Multiply bet yako mara 5,000 kila dakika 20. Ukicheza na 20 bob only unavuna £100,000. 40 bob unadaka your 200,000 shillings. Ukicheza na 100 unakamata $500,000. Pia kuna bidhaa za nyumba kama smart TV, fridge, cookers, air fryer, car wash machine, motorbikes, tuk-tuks na marutis to be won. Instant millions to be won daily. Ni rahisi. Ingia kwa M-Pesa, weka paybill number 440440. Weka paybill number 150150. Account Daka. Amount weka kati ya shilingi 20 na shilingi 2,000. Get your wins every 20 minutes. Tatua instant wins na Daka.
Welcome back. This is Say What? And we're so excited. And you are so excited because I just asked you to start sending in your comments and they are flowing in. There's somebody here who's saying, yes. Hi, Pastor Susan.
Yes.
So say hi.
Hi. Hi.
Is there a marriage between a couple who sleep in different bedrooms within the same house?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's already loneliness. And it can be caused by poor conflict management. When a couple has conflict and you don't know how to handle your conflicts, then I feel unheard. I feel you're not able to get what I want. Then that brings, first of all, emotional separation. Then it goes now to physical separation. And this comes because probably mostly with women, when a woman keeps on repeating something over and over again, or even a man, he feels like you're not there the way we were talking with Pastor Sam. You're not here to build together. It's like we are here now to part ways. And couples need to know that we are better together than when we do things separately. And one of the things that people need to cultivate is to know that when you come into marriage, you're not coming alone. You've come to sacrifice some of your things that you really value for the sake of another person.
Yeah.
Like I would say, like, let me give an example of myself. If Pastor Munene never sacrificed for me because I had a problem with anger, uncontrolled anger, but him, he was very calm. He sacrificed all that time, ni make noise, ni kuwe na tantrums, ni vunje vitu, you know, all that. And he would look at me and tell me, so tukianza kuvunja vitu, what will be happening? Are we not wasting family money? And so he was able to accommodate me until when I was able to overcome that. Couples have to learn that in marriage you have to sacrifice something. Either your peace sometimes, either your time. Just listen to that person because we come from different background. And so when I feel unheard by Pastor Munene, it is a sign that probably he does not understand exactly where am I coming from. Like for me, because of coming from a family whereby I never saw my parents sit down and talk, I thought the only way to solve issues is to shout. You have to shout, you know, air out your opinion, asikize, asisikie, you go on with your life. But Pastor Munene comes from a background whereby we have to sit down and talk. And so he would keep on telling me, sit down. And I'm telling you, no, talk. I want to go. And I'm not going anywhere. Even I'm just going there maybe to sit down on a couch. And so back where we came from, and that's why I agree with what Pastor Sam has said, that we are a product of our environment and the upbringing. If you are brought up by a broken mother, a broken father emotionally, you are likely to raise up sons and daughters who are also very broken. And if you are lonely as a wife, you are lonely as a father, you also bring up children who are also very lonely. Energies are transmitted to your children. And children are able to know, daddy and mommy, they are not together. no matter how much you fake, there's an energy. We carry energy. We carry an aura of who we are from the inside, but it is expressed outside. And so we have to know that children learn by what you by observation, not so much by how you talk. The tone also matters in marriage. Like if I'm always very harsh to my husband, I'm always, talking with a lot of finality. It's a message I'm sending to my sons and daughters. To my son, I'm telling him, women are final. So I'm making him more now harder, because now he has to be harder to a woman to give him attention to listen, because the mother never listened to the father. And if I am a mother to the sons, then to a daughter, then I'm telling him this is the way to operate. You never give a man space. You to speak your mind. Let him take it on, leave it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of signals you're sending to your children silently. And that's what we need to know, that children are able to see mommy and daddy are not together. And you can just be quiet and children are able to tell that these people are together. So we need to understand there's an energy that we release when we are not together, when we are not agreeing, rather than before we go to physical. Children know you are not even together. And that's why we are saying this loneliness is actually captured from childhood, when someone is below 12 years, because that's why we have character formation. Below, any person is below 12 years. And if it's not rectified when you are teenage, you're going to carry it over, even in marriage life. And that's why you're finding now, you tell someone, I don't know whether you have ever told somebody something very good, and they cry uncontrollably. And you're like, even, they confuse you. This is someone who is broken.
They're not used to affirmation.
Yeah, they're not used to, and they're like, what? Me? And you're like, you've just said something very normal, but to them, you break them. Or you see a man saying, every bit again, men, they click. What have you said?
Yeah.
Because he has never had that, such an affirmation, such affirmation. Also, men love affirmation, and also that appreciation is also very important. So the challenge of loneliness begins from our childhood, just like aggressiveness also begins from our childhood. We are a product of our parents, the people who raised us, the guardians. We are a product of the schools that we went. We are a product of the friends that we associated ourselves with. We are a product of the career that we have actually chosen, or whatever you do for life. So you have to know how to get out of this loneliness, because loneliness has no much benefit. And there's a difference between solitude and loneliness. Yeah, so that's very important.
Solitude is progressive.
Yes.
It's progressive.
It's like when writers sit in a corner by themselves.
Yeah, and you're just meditating. You are meditating, you are reflecting, and you are rearranging things. But loneliness, it means you are actually on a negative mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, and any negative mode will never take you to any positive mode. So it's something that we all have to overcome, because it is something that can be suffered by any person, a child, a teenager, an adult, a married person, an elderly person. Like our parents, they're also lonely because we have all left home. Maybe mzee died or mama died, and they're just there. And it makes them have mental disorders that causes them to have Alzheimer and dementia, and you find them dying because of that loneliness. It's something that needs to be addressed.
Pastor, so you said something very, very key, I think,
Yes.
for the caregivers,
Yes.
parents and any other caregiver, that it's monkey see, monkey do.
Wow.
So do not pretend that the children is so young, they will not be able to see what
Yes.
you're doing,
Yes,
or they will
Wakio.
not be able to connect that
Very
to
true.
loneliness or
Let
anything
me add
of that
something to
sort.
what Pastor Sue has mentioned.
Yes.
Two lonely people living together will never create a wholeness.
Wow.
The marriage,
Let that sink
Let's see.
for a second.
marriage has never been the antidote for loneliness, because many people who have grown up with lonely lives, I'm feeling alone, I'm feeling I need a man, if you look at the Bible, Genesis chapter 2 from verse 18 all the way to verse 21, before God brings Eve to the picture, God says very, very powerful, I believe it's verse 19, it says, and God saw that it is not good for man to be alone, not lonely.
Yes.
So Adam was actually not lonely. That Adam would have lived without Eve comfortably. But because there was a purpose and an assignment that Adam had, Eve had to come as a helper. We call them the parakletos, to help him in this that he was doing. So when you have two lonely people living in the same house, it is usually the biggest recipe for silent divorce. Because I'm trying to Pastor Sue is my wife. So I'm trying to use her as the medicine to my loneliness. I'm also
And
lonely.
I'm also lonely.
Yeah.
So she's trying to use me as the antidote for her loneliness.
My loneliness.
So because she's not fulfilling what I'm expecting, and I'm not fulfilling what she's expecting, what do? I stay in my corner. And I
also stay in my corner.
So now that is actually what leads to what is called separation. So separation is usually a division of minds that are not intertwined together in marriage.
Hey, this has become scientific all of a sudden. Someone here is saying,
yes,
what Pastor is talking about is naked truth.
Yes.
When I'm alone, a lot triggered in my mind, stress, even when money is there.
Yes.
So money is not really a solution for loneliness,
It is
right?
not. Yes, it is very true. And there's that myth. When you don't have something, you tend to think that the day you will get it, you will actually be complete.
Yeah.
You get that. And people who have come from families where there was money, they will tell you that's one of the things that doesn't matter in them.
Yeah.
You get the point, because money much more, but when you come from lack, you tend to think that when you get money, when I buy a car, when I build a house, when I get a good job, I'll be complete. It's not true. If you're not complete from inside, it is impossible for you to be complete outside. And that's why so many people are suffering from something we call destination sickness. You keep on saying, when I get this, I'll be contented. You get that, and you find, like for me, I used to say, the day I'll get a family and have my husband washing his clothes, even I never washed the clothes. The things that I said when I was a little girl, I don't think I've ever done them. But even after getting a husband, I never got contented. I was telling God, if you give me boys and girls, God gave me them, I'm not contented. If you give me this, I'm not contented. I'm telling you. Well, you know why? Because you are supposed to get contentment from a deity.
Yeah.
Contentment does not come from anything physical that you can acquire. And that's one of the things, is a mirage. I'm telling you.
You keep chasing and
you keep chasing. It is like chasing after wind, and you will never get contented. Women who have money, they feel like they want to have a man. Let the man come. And you find, no, you're still feeling lonely because it is an issue of you, the inside girl, the inside teenager, the big woman who is lonely. And so you have these expectations, and probably you have not even shared with your spouse or with your fiancé or your boyfriend, and you expect them to know. Nobody is your mind reader. Nobody can know what you're thinking. Yes. Express that which you want. Like I used to tell Pastor Munene, so you make me happy. And he told me, no, I can't make you happy. I'm not the joy of the Lord. I am not. You must have a personal relationship with God to give you that joy. You see, we must reach a point whereby if someone demands something you can't, you can be able to tell them, without stepping on their shine, because the people that talk that language is because they are coming from somewhere where they are deficient of that love, that affirmation, that attention. And so one has to package it in such a way that you don't also tear them more. You don't look, it's actually a mental sickness. Wow. It's actually a heart sickness. Yeah. And so that's why it's very important to keep affirming. Let people make mistakes. Let people feel lonely. Even if you feel lonely, tell someone it's normal, but you don't have to stay in this situation for a very long time because it is draining that which you are. There's something that I wish Pastor Munene was here. He said something that has changed. Are you feeling
lonely right now?
No, I'm just missing his wisdom. He said something just another day. I think that has changed my past. No, this year, beginning of this year. And he told me, you know what, my wife, I have made up a covenant with my mind. I will never allow any negative thought to even give it even a second in my mind. Why? Negativity drains you. And when you are drained, I'll drain you also. Yeah. You have to make up your mind that every negative thought that comes, if it is not glorifying God and glorifying the life that God has given you, reject it. You have the permission to allow something and disallow. Yeah. That's the power we have been given by God. And so when you understand who you are and you are wary, there are things you will not permit. Not because they are not coming, but you say, no, I am not going to be angry. I am not going to be rejected. I'm not going to feel stagnant. I know I'm making progress. Keep speaking to yourself. The man of God, David, he reached a point and everybody rejected him. And the Bible says he encouraged himself. In the Lord is God. You've got to encourage yourself with who? With the potentials that God has put in you so that you can move on whether you are with people, whether you are alone, you just feel you are complete, because indeed you are. Only that, the mind can deceive you to feel like you are lonely.
You're lonely.
Oh,
Hey,
yes.
I see. That is a sermon in itself.
Yes, wonderful.
So many people responding on our
Yes.
Facebook here. I think people are using much time in their workplaces compared to time they're spending with their families or friends.
That's
in
very
fear
true.
of losing their jobs. And he's added those emojis of thought.
Yes, yes.
Over expectations.
Yes.
There is nothing more to life. Enjoy cooking simple foods as you drink simple
Thank
tea.
you. Yes.
Do that on repeat until the day the Lord takes you home.
Thank you.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Avoid heartbreak and character development. Both doing it. Stop heartbreaking people if you don't want to be heartbroken.
Yes.
And not character develop people if you don't want to be character developed.
Yes.
Loneliness in marriage or in singlehood, that's what it's asking. If in marriage, it's being taken for granted by your partner or working far away from home. Then there's more comments here, and I will not stop until the fat lady stops singing.
Yes.
Lack of finance, sana boy child. Getting into a relationship, lazima you have money.
Yes.
You can't eat love or even have external activities without mullah. In friendship, it also matters. As friends, you will need to hang out, and as an individual, you can't always be dependent on others. Remember, you will always be the better friend, partner, sibling, child to your parents when you succeed, and success is termed in terms of finances. That's a topic for another day.
Yeah, that's another topic.
How can
by
you
the
be
way.
lonely when you have money? He asks that. How can you be lonely when you have money? Somebody else says here, this is interesting. I have separated from my husband from 1984.
Wow.
Wow, that's almost 42 years
42
ago.
years, yes.
I do not feel lonely and I enjoy the comfort of staying alone. Is there something wrong with me?
No, you are complete.
It's very fine.
That's actually an interesting topic because I've actually noticed, and I'm directing this to you.
Yes.
Expert guru of the...
Yes, Sam.
You have 8 types of loneliness,
Yes,
so
it's true.
let's address it to you. You see, when social media has algorithms,
Yes.
and when you become separated,
Yeah.
you start getting stuff running in your timeline.
Yes.
Or if you get divorced, or if you get, like you are in a situation where you are that lonely, it's like it knows.
Yes.
It can smell you from afar and
Yes.
it starts sending you some information. And what I've seen a lot, especially for single women, is that it affirms you.
Yeah.
That you are strong, you are powerful, you can survive and all this. But do you think that also removes us from the plan of God?
The reality of the matter, Akio, anyone who tells you this is making me stronger, it's making me better, it is a shell they're trying to use
Thank you,
to
Pastor.
cover their pain.
Thank you, Pastor.
Because anyone who is in pain always tends to try their best to affirm themselves.
Good.
And in the process of affirming themselves, it's like a dusty room that you sweep the dust and throw under the carpet. So the house looks clean, but it's very dirty. Many people who have those, they tend to give you such comments, this divorce, blah, 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 yeah. Sana sana wanaume, when a man has been heartbroken, for example, a girlfriend has left or a wife has left or something, they tend to want to look like
Strong.
very strong.
Yeah, I didn't need her.
Better, I didn't need her. So they even work harder. We were talking about this, I think, a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Talking about how there are men who work hard, not because they're hardworking,
To prove
but
a
because
point.
they're actually hiding pain.
The hiding pain.
Okay.
Brokenness.
Yes. One of the 8 types of loneliness is what we call new phase loneliness, where you have entered a new phase of life, either divorce, or maybe you've gotten a new job, or maybe you've gotten a child. And in this new phase, new chapters come with new pressures. And at times, many people have never been prepared for the new phases. For example, you got married not to divorce.
Yes.
Then you divorce.
Yeah.
So what happens at the end of the day, there's this new life that the society expects you to live. You are also expecting to live. And in the process of trying to juggle, how do I navigate life as a divorcee?
Yeah.
You tend to want to affirm yourself a lot to cover the pain that you're going through. Psychologists will actually tell you that a majority of people who hide pain are like time bombs.
It's very
they can actually kill.
They can actually kill.
They can kill because the moment emotion is hidden inside, you implode. You tend to like utamona. Someone is very nice, very okay. Have you ever seen someone? Let me give you a good example. If you notice nowadays, if you steal in the streets of Nairobi, you will be beaten like a dog, even if it's a lie.
Yeah.
And all these
Someone
people,
has said,
they tend to bring all their pains on this person. It's not that they are punishing the thief. It is they're bringing their, like I've seen border guys at times, sorry if to mention them, but I see them beat people and I'm like, have you investigated to find out whether this person is okay, whether it is actually the person, whether it's just someone who decided to shout, Mwezi, and the fight erupted. So you see, they come and beat. So mtu anatoa ile uchungu yake, bibi yake alitoroka, ama aligongewa mahali, so and they come and just hit it. And you'll notice, no one beats twice. They usually hit once and leave.
Hey, have you done a study? Because I've never taken a look like that.
If you go and notice, you'll see that tendency. Wow. And at times what happens when people tend to hide emotions from the inside, because you want to look strong. For example, most so in women, because you want to have this demeanor of I'm a strong woman. Even after my divorce, I'm a strong woman. You start to prove points to your ex-husband. So you get a new job, you buy a new car, you shift to a new house, you shift the children from the school they were in and take them to a better school.
You can afford
it. Looks like success,
yeah,
but in literal sense, it's a concealment of, if that is English, if it's a concealing of all this that I am, this new phase I am in, and I want to look like I'm okay. The I'm okay syndrome has taken very many people to the grave more than cancer.
Wow.
It is true.
You mentioned success, and there is a lot of loneliness experienced in success. How do you navigate that? You're doing so well in your career, you've climbed up the ladder, but when you're up there, those that you were trying to climb up with, some of them you left them at the bottom. Others, you know, they scattered. But now you're at the top. You still need those relationships because they're your friends or the people that you studied with, but now they are viewing you as Mdosi.
Yes.
And if you're going through whatever you're going through, they've already put you at a pedestal. So you can't even start telling them about some of your fears, some of your struggles. So how do you navigate that loneliness in success?
Jesus is the best example I can give. He is He's God. And when he was on earth, he was this, you know, he's the creator of the universe and everything. So when I'm learning about leadership, I learn it from him. You will realize with all that he was, he always put people close to him. He never had this thought line of, I am God, so you guys need to stay there, and me, I'm here. So I will call you when I need you. Because what happens when people go into we call it the apex of life. So the higher you go, the lonelier you become. You become lonely because you always think that at the apex on top there, you don't need people. So you tend to always push people away. If you look, a good example is when someone gets married. When someone gets married, most times they tend to chase all their single friends away.
And some were good.
And some were very good.
And they were meant for your destiny, but you pushed them away.
So the idea
Talking
is...
from experience.
So the idea is usually when, for example, when I'm in a certain level and I've made associations in that level, promotion will come, not because maybe I've been bettered or something. It will become because my work is better than maybe the rest of you. So what I do in my new level, I don't discard you or tend to make you feel small. Because what happens, the reason why tunasemanga the CEO on top is lonely is because they always have this demeanor is I'm on top. I've been watching some videos of a friend of mine on TikTok, and every time, you know, it's a boss and a worker coming together, and the boss is always feeling like, hey, then the worker is always reminding him that, you see, we are still human beings. At the end of the day, we are still, your issues and my issues, my pains and your pains might be in different levels.
But very similar.
But they are very similar. So the idea is usually to learn to live with people in different levels of life.
I can't believe how time has flown. Would you be, I was just looking at my watch and I'm like, oh my goodness, we have been yapping for that long. Let's get
Yes.
to our final remarks,
Yes.
please. And
Wow.
we'll start with you. Ladies first.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts and how can we help other people to navigate this issue of loneliness? And why are we even struggling with telling people that we are lonely? Because we easily tell people that I am stressed, I'm burning out, but when it comes to matters of loneliness, we don't share it. What would you advise us?
I think the best I would tell the person who is listening to me, number one, never compare yourself with anyone. Comparison is the enemy to your progress. You need to understand that every one of us is in a certain level, spiritually, mentally, psychologically, emotionally. And so grow from where you are and begin to read books. People have stopped reading books. We listen too much on TikTok and Facebook, and there's something about reading. Also listen to people who are authentic and people who are real and godly. There's something about godliness, because when your spiritual life is okay, then everything else aligns to that, because that's the core thing. That's where life springs forth. And so one of the things that we need to do for us to come out of that loneliness is to accept that if you are in a challenge, look for help. That does not show that you are weak. You are weak and you don't know what you are doing. In fact, vulnerability is a sign that you understand your limits, so that you can, now people can come in. If like the people who are celebrities, the reason why their marriages don't work, you have somebody who is down, whose marriage is working, but you don't want to ask them, what do I do with such a thing? You can't have everything. Even I was talking to someone, I was telling them, someone was advising me on how to handle my son, and he tells me, Sue, you call people to forward. I told them I don't know everything. I also want to know what I know. Is it okay? You need to have a circle of friends or people you can just call. I'm in this and this. What do I need to do? And guess what? The advice I was given by that friend, when I implemented it on my son, it has yielded permanent results. Suppose I acted out of emotion, because sometimes you may act out of fear, you may act out of pressure, you may act out of out of ignorance. But when you get a view from someone who genuinely loves you, they're able to advise you on the way forward, and you're able to get the right results. And so be vulnerable. Speak out your mind. Like women are a bit more vulnerable than men. Crying is not a sign that you are weak. It's a sign that you understand, no, I can't allow this to go on. Release it. There are things that you just release by just crying. Hold someone. The times I just tell someone, can I hug you? Just hug you. And I have no attachment. And I want you to know I just have no attachment. I just hug. Even the times I tell my husband, just give me 10, 15 minutes, I just hug you and please just be there for me. And I'm like, hey, you are so heavy. And I'm like, things are coming out. Things are coming out. You must have a way. You must have a way of how you release the loneliness out of you. Another thing also very, very important is listening to things that can build you up. Avoid negativity. Like for me, guess what, sweetheart Wakio?
Yes.
I don't listen to anything negative about marriage and relationship. No, because that's not where I want to go. I want to listen to someone who is married for 75 years, 65 years, and want to know just one thing, what has kept them together. And because of that vibe is what now I build on. But not someone who went through pain and I was done. I don't listen to such things because I have come out from there. Because of the background I grew up. I don't want that toxicity. Now I want good vibes. And because of that, anger left me, bitterness left me, people's opinion left me. I live my life. You've never seen someone who lives their life. It is me. If I'm happy, I'm happy. If I'm not happy, if I'm tired, I'll tell you I'm tired. If I want to do something, I will do something. Why? I have learned now, no is also an answer. Don't be a yes person.
And a complete answer.
Yeah, and a complete answer. And you're good to say to someone, no, I am not able to help you right now. Give me like 3 months in Japan. Njipange nitakusaidia. There's nothing wrong saying that. Don't be a yes person. Express your inward feelings, whether they are taken negatively or positively. You've done it. Look at the way Gen Zs are. Our children don't know how to hide things that they are not comfortable with. They will tell you, Daddy, Mam, wachana hizo emotions. Mam, wachana na hizo emotions. Kama umekosana na daddy, wacha kutuletea. They're able to express. And because of that,
I love it.
Much more as there is a percentage that have mental illnesses, it's because of their parents. Gen Zs who have come out from families where they are farmed, they are told to make mistakes. They are very strong. And I'm telling you, the leadership that is going to come out from Gen Z, people will never. It has never existed. Why? They have learned to express themselves, and now because of the social media and the interaction of so many people, they have known their space. So loneliness is something that you can overcome no matter where you are. And so don't feel, don't feel closed up. Don't feel like
it's
you
the
are
end of
condemned
things,
or you are cemented into that thing. No, come out strongly and begin with a little energy. Get someone who can be able to stir you up. Kidogo, kidogo, and you find yourself getting out of that because it is possible.
Lovely.
There is hope.
In Gen Z fashion, just
Yes.
gotea pasi. Pass it on to him now.
Yes.
With your parting shot.
Learn to find yourself.
Wow.
First of all, find yourself. Know yourself. Then be confident and comfortable with yourself.
Wow.
Once you are comfortable and confident with yourself, find people who are like you, who are confident and confident about themselves, and they've found themselves. I always give the example of a cross. There are three types of relationships. There's what we call the relationships under, relationships, inaitwangwaje?
Yeah.
Peers. We are peers.
Yeah,
there are
peers.
peer relationships, and then there's relationships above. One of the antidotes for loneliness is to learn from the people under you. Because you are an encouragement to them. Your loneliness is actually killing them. Your imperfections are actually killing them. There's a song that sings like that. Your imperfections are actually killing the people under you because they are looking up to you. Peers are people who will help build you because what you don't have, God has placed in another. So peers will always, Bible says iron sharpens iron. So
Yes.
a man sharpens another man's countenance. So countenance, why? Because your countenance is what tells us a lot about you. So when I'm working with my peers, they tend to sharpen my countenance. So I will not be gloomy because of my loneliness. I will not recoil and go and live in a certain corner because lonely people dress in a certain way, by the way. There's a way they dress.
We talked about the faces of loneliness.
I can actually look at you and tell whether you are really lonely.
Am I?
Sorry for another day. But I was talking about peer-to-peer friendships. And then there's vertical friendships where you have people who are above you and also God is now the supreme. So have people who are above you who can talk to you. When you're feeling lonely, what Pastor Sue is saying, run to them. Tell them, by the way, ABCD is happening. I've gotten a new job. How do I live in this new phase? I've gotten a baby. How do I live with this? We have seen postpartum stress in women who've just given birth.
Yes, it's
usually caused because of loneliness. Because they feel like no one understands them. No one understands that they have a baby they need to take care of. No one understands that they are sad. I remember when my wife we got our first child. She used to tell, and I didn't understand. She used to tell me, by the way, I'm tired. She's very expressive. So, and I had to learn quickly because I had to ensure that I sort this thing quickly because it will kill her. And postpartum stress has actually taken very many ladies to the grave because now they are so stressed. They get a lot of ulcers and a lot of things. So these people above you, Bible says, let the older women be a blessing in terms of wisdom to the younger women.
Wonderful.
Let the older men be a blessing to the younger men. So that what happens is if I am having certain flaws that I don't understand, there is someone above me who has gone ahead of me. If I sit with a Pastor Munene, I will learn a lot. I will learn a lot, first of all, as a man, number two, as a father, and number three, as a pastor. Because there's what he has seen, there's what he has experienced, and now he will pin it down to me. So I will avoid loneliness because I have someone who has been there and now he's encouraging me out of where I am.
Wow.
Amazing.
Wisdom. Thank you so much.
Blessing.
I wouldn't have wrapped it up myself any better than that. Thank you so much, Hassiz. Thank you. Oh my goodness. And there's still more feedback coming through. There's someone here who said something and I think I wouldn't want to stop without saying this. Have sincerely seen it all. I've been gaslighted, manipulated, guilt-tripped. None know how true love and peace feels like. He has never experienced true love and peace. He says she packed her feelings and detached. And then he continues to say that he loves the show very much.
Wow, that's a person who needs therapy.
Yes.
Yeah, don't think that you can be able to solve yourself.
You can't handle it yourself.
Get someone who's a
correct.
profession. They will help you out.
A deep hole.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Wow.
This is quite heavy. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for the feedback that you've shared with us on our social media platforms and engaging in this very important and candid conversation. And unfortunately, time has just oneshed us the kisogo. So we're going to wrap up. This has been TV 47 Prime. My name is Wakio Mzenge, and from all of us in the studio, we wish you a good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Say what? Brought to you by ICEA Lion.
I'm a mother of 4 girls. We have a group MMF. Down to my last one. She's still at the university, but she's saving 1,000 shillings every month.
How did you get here?
She's the one I was talking about.
My mom has been helping me like save my money, and mom, thanks. Okay, you're crying.
I feel like I've achieved as a mother because I know that they appreciate what I'm doing.